Briefing on December 1, 2024. Subject: New York Times report. 1. Syrian opposition forces have recently made significant progress, capturing Aleppo Airport and launching attacks on the outskirts of Hama. Government troops are attempting to repel the opposition's advances. 2. In the United States, the San Jose State University women's volleyball team was defeated by Colorado State University in the Mountain West Conference Championship, missing out on next month's NCAA tournament. The team has been controversial due to the inclusion of a transgender player, who has not made any public appearances throughout the season. 3. President-elect Trump criticized the New York Times for years of biased reporting against him and demanded an apology. The New York Times responded by stating that as an independent news organization, it only reports the truth and that its journalists' reporting is fair, accurate, and unafraid of power. 4. Additionally, the New York Times recently fact-checked Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s claim that the ingredients of Fruit Loops differ between the US and Canada, finding that the products are essentially the same, with the Canadian version using natural colors and the US version using artificial colors. This fact-check has sparked widespread criticism. Overall, this briefing covers the situation in Syria, controversies in US college sports, the conflict between Trump and the New York Times, and the newspaper's fact-checking issues, providing a comprehensive reflection of current important news events. The report is detailed, highlights key points, and presents a clear logic, meeting the requirements of a briefing. Here is a briefing summarizing the core content of multiple articles provided. December 1, 2024 Briefing, Washington Post Report. 1. The University of Texas has performed excellently since joining the SEC, with the third-ranked Texas defeating the 20th-ranked Texas A&M University 17-7, securing a spot in the SEC championship. Texas's strong defense played a crucial role in this match, showcasing the team's overall strength. 2. Washington, D.C. Police Lieutenant Shane Lamond will face trial in federal court this Monday. He is accused of leaking information about his impending arrest to Henry Enrique Tarrio, the leader of the Proud Boys, before the January 6 Capitol riot and lying to investigators. This has incited anger among Proud Boys members and escalated the violence that day. 3. Lamond opted for a judge trial, possibly believing it would yield a more favorable outcome. He argues that he was merely fulfilling his duties by gathering intelligence and preventing conflicts between the Proud Boys and other groups. The trial will focus on the interactions between the D.C. Police Department and extremist organizations. 4. Furthermore, the Washington Post reported on some Christmas gift suggestions, recommending aesthetically pleasing and practical home goods, cosmetics, accessories, and a must-read science fiction novel. These suggestions can provide readers with a practical shopping guide. In summary, this briefing comprehensively encapsulates several important topics reported by the Washington Post, highlighting the most valuable information points while succinctly summarizing the overall articles, achieving completeness and emphasis. Briefing. 1. The Washington Post and companies like Amazon are requiring employees to return to the office 5 days a week, a mandatory return-to-office policy that may lead to voluntary departures of top talent. 2. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have also suggested that the federal government implement a 5-day-a-week in-office policy, hoping to trigger mass voluntary resignations. However, this approach may result in the departure of the best employees while leaving those with fewer options behind. 3. Research shows that remote and hybrid work models positively impact employee satisfaction, organizational commitment, and performance. Yet, some executives remain stubbornly resistant, ignoring this data. 4. Wall Street anticipates that if the Trump administration implements interest rate cuts and regulatory rollbacks, corporate merger activity may rebound next year. Trump plans to cut staff at the Federal Trade Commission, which could mean fewer antitrust reviews. In conclusion, the article points out that mandatory return-to-office policies may backfire, leading to the departure of top employees. Meanwhile, data shows that remote and hybrid work models offer numerous advantages, yet some executives remain entrenched in their views. Additionally, Wall Street expects a rebound in corporate merger activity next year, with support from Trump administration policies. Briefing content. 1. Supply chain management is becoming increasingly complex and costly. Extreme weather events and geopolitical tensions have caused severe disruptions, and rising raw material costs are putting additional pressure on budgets. Cost management has become the top priority for today's C-suite executives. 2. Utilizing artificial intelligence to optimize supply chain costs. AI can play a significant role in structured data applications such as demand forecasting and network optimization, potentially making substantial contributions to cost optimization plans in the next 18 months. However, its impact is less direct in more complex areas like sales and operations planning and supplier collaboration. 3. Strategic supply chain optimization enhances resilience. Leveraging AI effectively, establishing robust data infrastructures, and adapting to changing skill demands are key for companies to improve cost competitiveness and sustainability. 4. Successful implementation of cost optimization requires effective change management. It is essential to instill a cost-conscious culture and a mindset of continuous improvement within the organization, gaining broad support and participation from employees through transparent communication and talent management. Only then can cost optimization plans deliver lasting value. In summary, in the face of a complex and changing supply chain environment, companies must adopt strategic cost optimization approaches, fully utilize new technologies like AI, and focus on change management to enhance resilience and maintain a competitive edge. Here is a briefing based on the content of multiple articles provided. December 1, 2024 briefing, Bitcoin Strategic Reserve gains attention. Article summary. 1. The results of the U.S. elections have sparked discussions in the cryptocurrency market. Following Trump's election, Bitcoin prices soared, nearing $100,000, with other alternative coins also reaching new highs. 2. The cryptocurrency industry is pleased with the election of this pro-crypto president, anticipating that he will fulfill promises made during the campaign, including establishing a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve. 3. The proposal for a Bitcoin strategic reserve has elicited mixed reactions from experts. Some view it as a reasonable approach, while others question its feasibility and risks. 4. Countries like El Salvador and Bhutan have already established their own cryptocurrency reserves. Other nations, including the US and the UK, have accumulated significant amounts of Bitcoin through confiscation and other means. 5. Overall, the proposal for a Bitcoin strategic reserve has sparked widespread discussion, but there remains significant uncertainty about its actual implementation. Summary: the article revolves around the theme of a Bitcoin strategic reserve, detailing the relevant background, proposal content, and expert analyses and opinions. Through comprehensive and systematic reporting, it highlights this highly discussed information point, providing readers with an in-depth understanding. Briefing. Angela Merkel's memoir Freedom describes the extraordinary journey of the former German chancellor from an East German researcher to becoming the chancellor of the free world. The book vividly records Merkel's decision-making process in dealing with a series of crises during her 16-year tenure, showcasing her cautious and steady leadership style. The article notes that Merkel's self-restraint and moderation stem from her experiences growing up in East Germany, where she learned to conceal her true thoughts. In the 1990s, she quickly rose to prominence due to her steady approach, but as authoritarian leaders like Putin emerged, this style began to show its limitations. Despite facing criticism during significant events like the Eurozone crisis and the refugee influx, the article argues that Merkel's decisions were not entirely misguided. On the contrary, she managed to safeguard Germany's interests and maintain stability in Europe amid a challenging geopolitical landscape. Merkel's memoir offers a rare perspective into the thought processes and governance wisdom of this chancellor of the free world. In summary, this memoir vividly portrays Merkel's legendary life, providing valuable first-hand insights into understanding this exceptional politician. December 1, 2024 briefing. Subject: Süddeutsche Zeitung. Summary. 1. Starting in 2023, Süddeutsche Zeitung changed its product rating system from a Likert scale of 1 to 5 to a school grading system of 1 to 6, reflecting the newspaper's higher standards for product quality. 2. Angela Merkel's autobiography Freedom has garnered widespread attention in Germany. Readers have queued for hours to purchase and have it signed, reflecting Merkel's standing among the German public. However, the book has also faced criticism for failing to address certain issues during her tenure. 3. Süddeutsche Zeitung places great importance on protecting information sources, providing various secure reporting channels, such as SecureDrop, to ensure the privacy and safety of whistleblowers. This demonstrates the newspaper's commitment to press freedom and investigative reporting. Overall, this briefing comprehensively summarizes the latest developments in product ratings, significant news reporting, and information source protection by Süddeutsche Zeitung, highlighting the newspaper's leading position and professional standards in journalism. December 1, 2024 briefing. 1. The China-Europe Railway Express has become an important symbol of the Belt and Road Initiative, serving as a key link in China-Europe trade and connectivity, playing an increasingly vital role in promoting open cooperation, mutual benefit, and economic integration among participating countries. 2. The China-Europe Railway Express has completed 100,000 round trips to Europe, transporting over 11 million standard containers worth more than $420 billion. The service is unaffected by natural environmental factors, costs only 1/5 of air freight, and has a transport time that is only 1/4 of sea freight, making it highly favored by customers. 3. Despite challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic and the Ukraine crisis, the China-Europe Railway Express has demonstrated strong resilience, becoming an important logistics artery connecting Asia and Europe. Its service network now covers 227 cities in 25 European countries and over 100 cities in 11 Asian countries, providing more options for cross-regional enterprises. 4. The air forces of China and Russia have conducted routine joint aerial strategic patrols, a regular activity within their annual cooperation plan that is not aimed at any third party. This action effectively tests and enhances the joint training and combat capabilities of both air forces. 5. Ukrainian President Zelensky stated that if Ukraine could join NATO, it could end the hot war with Russia. Russia, however, strongly opposes Ukraine's NATO aspirations and calls for Ukraine to abandon this ambition. 6. China's new launch vehicle Long March 12 successfully made its maiden flight at the Hainan International Commercial Space Launch Center, marking the official commissioning of this new commercial space launch base. The rocket has greater payload capacity, further enhancing China's ability to launch satellites into sun-synchronous orbit. 7. A prominent Chinese journalist, Dong Yuyu, was sentenced to 7 years in prison for espionage, drawing widespread attention. The U.S. ambassador to China criticized the verdict as an unjust blow to freedom of speech. December 1, 2024 briefing. Subject: Japan's economy and geopolitical turbulence. 1. East Japan Railway Company, JR East, is considering introducing new Shinkansen trains specifically for freight transport to address labor shortages in the logistics industry. These freight Shinkansen trains have advantages of speed and punctuality and are expected to become a new source of revenue. However, many issues related to railway facilities and operations still need to be resolved. 2. Chinese state-owned enterprises plan to conduct large-scale seabed mining tests in international waters of the Pacific, including areas near Japan's Ogasawara Islands and Minami Torishima. This is considered the world's first such test. If approved for commercial development, China may dominate the international supply chain of rare metals. 3. Syrian opposition forces launched a raid in Aleppo, quickly taking control of most of the city, including the airport. This is a significant blow to President Assad's regime and has triggered turmoil in the regional situation. Russia and Turkey are currently engaging in diplomatic coordination regarding this matter. In summary, the articles cover the innovative development of Japan's railway industry, the geopolitical competition surrounding China's seabed resource development, and the dramatic changes in the Syrian civil war situation, reflecting the current economic and geopolitical dynamics in Japan and its surrounding areas. This information is valuable for understanding the changes and development trends in the regional situation. Briefing. December 1, 2024. 1. Royal News. Princess Aiko, the only daughter of Emperor Akihito and Empress Masako, reflected on her experience of undertaking official duties outside Tokyo for the first time this autumn on her 23rd birthday. She visited Saga Prefecture, where she personally experienced the traditional washi papermaking process and expressed that she felt the new possibilities of washi. Over the past year, Princess Aiko has participated in a total of 89 activities inside and outside the palace, including meeting visitors, attending expert lectures, and hosting well-wishers. She expressed gratitude for the warm attention from people. 2. Japan's space industry. The Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, JAXA, experienced an explosion during ground tests of the second-stage engine of its HIA rocket, marking the second failure of this engine in tests within less than 2 years. JAXA stated that it will conduct an investigation and emphasized the importance of learning from failures to develop more reliable rockets. The HIA rocket was originally scheduled for its maiden flight in March 2025 to launch a satellite for Vietnam, but this incident may affect the launch schedule. 3. The spread of Japanese pop culture in France. Maoko Suzuki, a promoter of Japanese pop culture and a journalist for the television channel No Life, passed away on October 17, the day before her 50th birthday, prompting mourning among French fans. Suzuki long reported on Japanese manga, games, and music in the program Tokyo Cafe, introducing Japanese pop culture and daily life to French audiences, and is regarded as a representative figure of Japanese pop culture in France. 4. Slowdown in the electric vehicle market. Despite government policies promoting electric vehicles, the market has recently seen a slowdown in growth. The main reasons include high prices for electric vehicles and insufficient charging infrastructure. Some major automakers are reassessing their electric vehicle strategies and beginning to consider alternative fuel technologies such as hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. However, industry insiders believe that electric vehicles remain the best choice in the medium to long term, and automakers are working to reduce costs and improve product competitiveness. 5. Uniqlo's controversy in China. Fast retailing CEO Tadashi Yanai stated in a BBC interview that the company does not use Xinjiang cotton, which has sparked a strong backlash from Chinese netizens. Previously, brands like H&M faced boycotts in China for stating they would not use Xinjiang cotton. Industry insiders believe that if Uniqlo faces a boycott in the Chinese market, it will adversely affect its performance. Briefing content. Lessons from the ecological recovery of Lord Howe Island, Australia. Lord Howe Island, a UNESCO World Heritage Site located in the Tasman Sea, has faced severe threats to its unique ecosystem due to rodent invasions. After 3 years of eradication efforts, the island is experiencing a miraculous ecological recovery. The article highlights several key points. 1. 85% of the island's plants are endemic, forming a rare cloud forest ecosystem. The disappearance of rodents has revitalized this fairy tale ecosystem. 2. The population of endangered woodhens has increased from 300 to 2,000, and the breeding success rate of seabirds has risen from 2% to 50%. Many endangered plants are also redistributing. 3. Invertebrates have also recovered significantly, including some species previously thought to be extinct. 10 new land snail species have been discovered on the island. 4. To protect this unique ecosystem, strict limits are placed on the number of visitors to the island, and stringent quarantine measures are implemented to prevent the reinvasion of foreign species. This case vividly demonstrates that after eradicating invasive species, ecosystems can recover rapidly and regain their former vitality. It provides valuable experience for the protection of other endangered islands. Here is a concise and comprehensive briefing. December 2024, Canada's economic growth slows, but highlights remain. In the third quarter, Canada's GDP growth was only 1%, below the central bank's expectations, raising market expectations for a 50 basis point rate cut in December. However, consumer spending and residential investment performed well, indicating that the interest rate reduction policy is beginning to show results. The Statistics Agency also significantly revised up GDP data for previous years, indicating a more robust economic foundation for Canada. Trump's election sparks Trudeau's first meeting. Trudeau made a secret visit to Trump's resort in Florida, where the two discussed a wide range of topics including trade, border security, and energy. The meeting aimed to establish good communication channels for bilateral relations and lay the groundwork for future cooperation. Canada hopes to maintain the North American Free Trade Agreement but has concerns about Mexico's investments and exports to China. AI drives Palantir's surge. Palantir has achieved success in supply chain and production efficiency through its AI platform, AIP, with its stock price soaring 290% this year. The unique business model of AIP and strong growth in government business have propelled Palantir's rapid development. However, Palantir's valuation is already very high, and investors should exercise caution. In summary, Canada's economy is facing a slowdown, but highlights remain. Trudeau's first meeting with Trump paves the way for bilateral relations, and Palantir experiences rapid growth due to AI technology, though its high valuation warrants caution. Here is a briefing based on the content of multiple articles provided. December 1, 2024 briefing. Israel-Lebanon conflict. The U.S. has proposed a ceasefire agreement and is awaiting final approval from the Israeli government. The EU's foreign policy chief has called on the Israeli government and Hezbollah to accept the U.S. proposed ceasefire. Israel's military actions against Lebanon have displaced over 1 million Lebanese people. Israel claims the purpose of its invasion of Lebanon is to ensure the safe return of 10,000 residents from northern Israel. Australia vs India cricket test match. The Australian team has made significant adjustments for the second test match, bringing in all-rounder Bo Webster, who may replace Mitchell Marsh as a starter. Webster has excelled in the past 2 seasons of first-class cricket, becoming the second player to score 900 runs and take 30 wickets in a single season. He is expected to make his national team debut in the Adelaide Test. In summary, the articles focus on the Israel-Lebanon conflict in the Middle East and the adjustments made by the Australian cricket team in response to India. Both events reflect the complexity of the current international situation and the intense competition in sports. Briefing content. 1. The Gift to Family program initiated by Singapore is helping underprivileged families gain more development opportunities and resources, including training, skills enhancement, and counseling. This program, developed through multi-party collaboration, has sponsored courses for 100 low-income families in Jurong West. Future plans aim to benefit 800 low-income families in Jurong West and gradually expand nationwide. 2. Singaporean entrepreneurs are making their mark in the U.S. green economy. Green Li-ion has established a lithium-ion battery recycling plant in Oklahoma, a first in the U.S. Another company, Spectronic, focuses on manufacturing hydrogen fuel cells, targeting niche markets such as autonomous lawnmowers and drones, without requiring a national hydrogen infrastructure. 3. Conor McGregor lost a civil lawsuit and was ordered to pay $257,000. This not only impacts his finances, but also severely damages his reputation. Experts point out that this negative impact could have long-term effects on his career. In summary, this article reports on a program in Singapore that assists underprivileged families, the achievements of Singaporean entrepreneurs in the U.S. green economy, and the consequences of UFC star Conor McGregor's loss in a civil lawsuit. These pieces of information reflect the latest dynamics in Singapore regarding social welfare, the green economy, and the sports industry. Here is a briefing summarizing the key information from multiple articles provided. December 1, 2024 briefing. 1. The Mumbai Metro Yellow Line is delayed. The Mumbai Metro Yellow Line was originally scheduled to open by the end of 2024, but due to the Chinese company CRRC's failure to deliver trains on time, the opening has been postponed to the end of January 2025. CRRC was awarded a contract worth 157.8 billion Indian rupees for 15 train sets, but failed to establish a manufacturing facility in India on schedule, prompting BMRCL to issue multiple breach of contract notices. Metro advocates criticize BMRCL for prioritizing inexperienced Chinese manufacturers over experienced Indian manufacturers, like BEML. 2. The Indian government has introduced new regulations to control captive elephants. The new regulations prohibit excessive pressure and burdens on elephants, such as long parades in high temperatures and participation in tug-of-war events. Unauthorized use of drugs or narcotics to control elephants without veterinary advice will also be penalized. Repeated violations of wildlife protection laws will be prosecuted under the law. 3. Prices of aviation fuel and commercial liquefied petroleum gas have risen. On December 1, aviation fuel prices increased by 1.45%, and commercial liquefied petroleum gas prices rose by 16.5 Indian rupees per 19 kg cylinder. This marks the second consecutive month of rising aviation fuel prices, while commercial liquefied petroleum gas prices have increased for the fifth consecutive month. Gasoline and diesel prices remain frozen with no adjustments. 4. An Indian court has accepted a lawsuit claiming that a mosque was built on a temple. The right-wing organization Indian Patriots has filed a lawsuit claiming that the shrine of Sufi Saint Muinuddin Chishti was built on the temple of the Hindu deity Shiva. The court will rule on whether to recognize this shrine as a Hindu temple. This has sparked outrage among the Indian Muslim community, which has faced similar attempts to undermine Islamic holy sites. In summary, this briefing covers important developments in metro construction, animal protection, energy prices, and religious conflicts, reflecting the many challenges faced by Indian society in its development process.